Before we start, we would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we're recording on.
For both of us now that we're together, it's the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. It's a new day, it's a new dawn. Is that what that guy was just singing on Masked Singer last week?
Yeah, last week. Oh,
the other day? It's still in my head. And I'm feeling...
all good.
Good. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm still here in Melbourne town, and we've been getting up to lots of different activities and things. But one of the funniest things that this guy reckons she does, we go to the dog park together sometimes, and we go to the local one, and there was a basketball court there. And this guy reckons, by this guy, I talk about this gal, Yvie Jones, reckons, and I believe her, but just when she told me, I was like, you're lying. She reckons she used to take a basketball down to the basketball court by herself and shoot hoops on her own. And I just envisioned it, and I was just like, that is everything and some. So wholesome, so cute, so fucking weird. And then she'd be like, and she's like, and I get other people to join in, and she'd shoot hoops with strangers.
I didn't shoot hoops with strangers. I shoot hoops with friends.
What, dog park friends?
Yeah, dog park friends. Like Kirsty Wiebeck.
Oh, that's
and Annie Potatoes.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
like I get
would
that.
Say, do you want me to get my ball out of the car?
Oh,
I would have a $10 ball,
God.
basketball from Kmart, and then and I'd shoot hoops. And I haven't done it recently because the ball went flat, and I don't have a pump.
Bloody spewing.
So I left it there for a child to have, thinking they may have a pump at home. And the next day I went, it was gone. So
a child out there is shooting hoops with strangers too.
I'm just going to buy another one, and you and I are going to shoot hoops. It's really good for the body.
It's so good. And that's why I was so shocked, because I was like, I just couldn't picture you by yourself shooting hoops. Because I was like,
I do it by myself a lot.
Yeah, I just picture you with Sissy and Audie just running around a random basketball court in freaking Melbourne just shooting hoops. And I just loved it. And I was like, that's so random, and we're going to do it. That's our next activity. I thought that was just like a fun little...
And if you have some roller skates, bring them down.
We'll roller skate and shoot hoops at the same time even, if we want.
Why wouldn't you?
So
and now that you're living with me, it's a really interesting article that I was reading the other day. This person who was saying that they only wash their sheets. Do you remember the other day we were having a conversation?
Yeah.
I said to you, bless you.
Thank you.
Remember the other day I said, hey, strip your bed and I'll put your sheets in with my sheets. And you said, but I've only been here a week. And I'm like, yeah. I said, oh, I wash my sheets every week. And you went, you wash your sheets every week, like all of them? And I'm like, no, just the ones that touch your body. And you said, well, I wear fresh pajamas every night to bed. Like I go to bed clean.
But
I'm
don't. So that's a lie. I wear the same pajamas
every
week.
day, and people on Instagram know it because the hoodie is the same every day. No, but it's our skin, it's our hair, it's our hairs, so all different types of hairs, but our bacterias.
And you have dancing
and
dogs.
I have dancing dogs in my bed. and
they're filthy.
Filthy. I'm filthy. Everything's filthy. Makeup, hairspray,
yeah.
hair products. All the products that we put on our body, like even the soaps that you end up squeezing out of a blackhead or something, that stuff builds up on your body.
Yeah.
And it's rubbing off on your bed. So that article, this person, they live in England. So I do understand that it would cost a lot of money to dry sheets, and there's no sun to put them. There's actually nothing better for our sheets than putting them in the sun. Apparently it kills even more of the everything that your machine hasn't. But I don't like the feeling of towels or sheets in the sun.
Daily grime just blowing up on your sheet. It's not for me.
I learned a long time ago about how incredibly important it is to wash your bedding, and also something that no one else does.
What?
And I didn't do, and now I get my mattress cleaned.
I never do that.
And the shit that came out of my mattress.
I remember this.
There's this machine this guy brings, and it's like a vibrating vacuum, and he puts it on the bed, and and then it starts to suck. And then he leaves it on this black piece of material. He puts it on there to show you everything that came out of your bed, like the the skin and the scales and the
show you how
mice and the lice and the mites and the pollen and all the things.
And your pillows would be like that too. People don't wash their pillows enough, not cases, pillows.
Or doonas, because it is such a laborious thing to do.
So that's what I said to you. I was like, every week, do you do that?
No, every week
duvet?
I take off the sheets that are on the duvet and on my pillowcases. So whatever's hitting my skin. And then once a month, I do my duvet and I don't have to do my mattress because I've got 2 mattress protectors.
She's not just a pretty face.
No, I'm not even.
She's got all the ideas, all the gear, no idea.
I got a plastic mattress protector. You can get them from Kmart, Target, wherever you need to go. Because I had a dog that was very incontinent years ago, and I've ended up with a lot of incontinent dogs, and that is the best way to protect your mattress. A couple of years ago when I moved to Melbourne, I bought a cheap mattress, and I put that plastic mattress protector on it, and then when I left that house to move into another, I decided not to take it, so I sold it. It was brand new looking. Because I took that plastic cover off it that no one knew. You've slept on it. It's got like a terry toweling on one side, plastic on the other. It's soft plastic, but nothing goes through it.
Oh.
So everyone that's listening, here you go. Another tip from Yvie. I'm full of them. Also, TikTok, I went down a massive hole of TikTok watching bedding being washed in baths.
Yes, I was just looking at this and it's disgusting. The dirt that comes out of it is revolting. If you all started to see how much dirty grime would be on your bed sheets, you'd want to wash them all. But back to this guy we were talking about, I was just reading this. So this fella, he's from the UK and he said he reckons he only washes his sheets every 9 to 12 months.
Yeah, and says that like he wears fresh pajamas, he's washed, but the study it goes on in that article to say what he doesn't realise is the bacteria is the things that is just on our skin. Like
he's
it's
so chuffed about it.
Yeah, because he thinks he keeps a really clean house. And you know what? Until he knows the facts, which a lot of people think they're keeping clean houses. But sheets, if you wear new undies every day, sheets are pretty much the same.
Yes, because you wake up and you sweat.
You sweat a lot.
Even if you're in the UK, you'd have your heater on.
Sweating all the time.
What he says, they don't smell. I shower nightly and wear clean pajamas. I pull back the duvet every day before making it to air it out. And if it's sunny, I'll pop them on the line outside to air them. I believe it's the same as a wash.
It's not. Water and air are not the same, chav.
Oh, my God. Plus, having to dry sheets in the dryer is a nightmare and expensive. It is, and I totally get that, but
it's worth it.
You
just do it once a week. People just do it once a week, and it'll actually become a really easy thing to do. You wash your clothes once a week,
if not more.
Well, yeah, and if you've got more than one, or get yourself 3 pairs of bedding, so you don't have to make it dry, put it back on.
That's what I'm thinking. Is he only got one sheet?
Clearly,
it's like buy yourself backup sheets, so when you wash it, you can hang that out for 5 days because you're just going to put a brand new one on.
Yeah, you know what? Exactly.
What a weirdo.
You can take all week to dry your wet sheet because you've put a fresh new one on. Rotate that, dude.
Put a dehumidifier on. It'll soak up the water quicker out of your goddamn wet sheets and put a new thing on, and then you don't have to waste, although dehumidifier probably costs him too much money as well. Yeah. It's a money thing with the electricity and the water. I get it. But once every 9 to 12 months, I mean, even once a month, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it once a month. I know that's probably really bad, but look.
No, that will be your pillows, your brand new pillows that you've gotten. You'll be washing them once a month, but your pillowcases once a week.
I'm not going to do that.
You are going to do it because I'm going to say, doing the washing now, strip your bed, please. We're popping them in the machine, and you'll just do it. And if you don't do it, I'm going to smash your face inside out.
Sounds like
inside out.
Well, sounds like I'm living
until you're walking around with an inside out face.
Just imagine beating me up because I don't want to wash my sheets.
I will find any excuse
to beat me up.
Beat you up. We are just joking.
We're only
joking. We do not endorse beating anyone up.
She's only beat me up like once or twice.
I've been reading a lot about domestic labour and how it's still in this day and age, in a heterosexual relationship, still mostly falls to the woman to do the domestic labour.
And before people at us, have a think in your relationships, not just your own. Just because your partner might do more, that doesn't mean that every single other partner does it. Think about your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your parents, your friends, their parents. If you really think back over time, it is often, maybe once in a blue moon, it is often the woman that does all the washing, all the cooking. No, cooking sometimes I find men do a lot more now.
These days.
All the clean these days, but not over time.
Cleaning? I don't know many men that clean at all. Vacuuming, dusting, cleaning, tidying up, going after the children, doing the children's laundry. Like that is still in the majority, and this is generalised studies, that is still only 10% of men doing half, and most of the time women are working full-time jobs as well, and it is still falling on those women to come home and make dinner, make lunches the next day for the children. And men are saying, and a lot of women will even say, but he mows the lawn and he does the fixing of the things. Well, does he do that 3 times a day?
Yeah, that's true.
Because, one thing I heard my friends who've both now divorced their husbands recently, and the one thing that they realised that was happening during their marriages was that they always knew the men weren't doing as much, but they didn't realise just how little and how easy the work that the men had to do was. They both said the same thing at the same time, bins.
Yes.
They said taking those bins out takes all of a minute.
Yeah.
And they both said how grateful they used to feel that they didn't have to take the rubbish out, take it to the bins, and then take the bins and put them on the footpath.
Yeah.
And they both have to do that now. And they said it's actually really nice to go for that little walk from the side of your house and putting it out, and you place it, and you got a placement and blah, 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 blah. And then you go inside and you feel like, oh, it's done. They were actually taking that good job away from me as well. No, not saying, you know what?
I hate taking out the bins.
I don't mind taking out the bins. It's really not a bad
I would pay somebody
job
to take out my bins. That's how much I hate it.
Oh, but don't you live on a property where you've got to take your bins up a big hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hate that too. I would leave the bins up the hill, and every time I had rubbish to take out, I'd get in the car.
It's not that big. That's a bit of an exaggeration. But it's enough to, you have to get it and you have to wheel. It's up a hill, yeah.
Yeah, I don't do hills.
No.
For any reason.
It's not ideal.
But yeah, it still is coming down to the women, and they don't get paid. That's the thing. That's the biggest problem that women have when everyone says, oh, my God, you're so... I'm working a full-time job and, you're working a full-time job. But Jesus, it's just housework. It is unpaid, hard labour.
Yeah.
Like it is really exhausting thing to do.
And if it's that easy, why don't they do it then?
Yeah, exactly. My mum and dad, just talking personally, I watched my mum do the majority of the labour and work at the same time, the same hours as my father, until... and this may have been the domestic labour that did it, my mother had 2 slip discs.
Yeah.
And she couldn't do it anymore. And then my father took over. He was a great cleaner. Like he did a really good job. And she could cook still, like she'd sit and cook. But, yeah, he stepped right up. But he never did until she had hurt herself.
She couldn't do it. Yeah, isn't that interesting? And there's that whole thing where it's like, yeah, but you do it so much better to get out of it.
That's called weaponized incompetence, and that's something that children do just naturally. We push boundaries.
Yeah.
You don't stack the dishwasher properly because then, or as when we were kids, we wouldn't wash the dishes properly because then your mother would say, just leave
I'll
it.
do it then. Don't worry about it.
But husbands do that as well.
Yeah, or they're like, you're so much better, or, but I don't know where everything is like you do. And it's
learn. Buster,
learn how to do it.
You live here too.
I even do it with my mum. I'm like, oh, Mum, but you're doing like the laundry anyway, so you don't mind doing mine, do you?
Oh, my goodness. Let's just pretend you didn't say that.
We're all guilty of things like that, though. Like, you're like, oh, God, yeah, but you're good at it. You do. You can't say that you don't. If there was something in the house that you didn't really want to do, you would say to me, oh, you're good at it.
Yeah, you unload the dishwasher for me because you know it hurts my back.
Yeah, there you go.
But I don't do it because I say to you, oh, but you're so good at it, Ange. Why don't you do it again?
But it's still kind of the same thing, being like, oh, my back's sore. It's like, oh, don't worry, then I'll do it.
Yeah. But that's not weaponized incompetence. I don't do it badly. I do it anyway, and I do it well. But I'm really grateful that you do it for me.
Yeah.
But there was a TikTok that I watched, and it was...
You and your goddamn TikToks.
Oh, I will not stop. Will not, won't, can't.
Yep, can't stop, won't stop even.
No shame.
No.
I have learned so much about so many things on TikTok, and you know I have. This is something that I'm going to tell you about. This one woman, she was doing a video as she was walking through her house. She was in her bathroom. The bathtub was completely filled with water. The sink was completely filled with water. There was makeup everywhere. There was a Barbie doll stuck in the toilet. There was crap, clothes, linen everywhere. She then showed us the house, and she said, and just so you know, because the rest of the house was similar, this is not how my house is. An hour ago, I asked my partner to bath our 4-year-old so I could put the 2-year-old to bed. And this is what he did. And then she explained what weaponized incompetence is. She says, he's done this, so I won't ask him again. But not only because I won't ask him again, he knows that I will be so angry because I have to clean this up.
Ew.
And he's done it because he's so pissed off that I dare ask him.
That's that's mental abuse.
Yeah, and she put in the comments, in the in the comments?
Yeah.
She wrote, by the way, for everyone commenting on this, I've left him. This is an old video, but this was the catalyst for me leaving him. And if you don't leave your husband, leave them now.
It's like a revenge thing. Like, you asked me to do something, I'm going to make your life 10 times harder because you even thought you could ask.
There was lipstick. He let the 4-year-old run riot in the bathroom. There was lipstick on the mirror. Like, he just let her go for it.
Yuck.
And it's like, have you seen those videos where a mum will go and have a shower and she'll come out and the husband is with the child on the lounge and he's asleep?
Oh, my gosh. We love a bare minimum daddy.
It happens all the time.
We absolutely love a bare minimum daddy.
So even though it's the majority of percentage is still in this day and age, women, I do want to point out that there are some men who are stepping up and they don't need to be congratulated. They don't need to be celebrated.
We've never been congratulated for it.
They are just doing what they should be doing. But thank you for the men who are doing it and actually displaying it. There's a great TikTok called Maya and Hunt, Maya.and.Hunter, and they're a couple. She's the breadwinner and he's the stay-at-home husband. And he does everything, and he does videos like smashing the patriarchy as we go through a normal day of a stay-at-home dad.
I love that because he's not asking to be rewarded either.
No,
he's just saying, this is what I do, and it's okay for you fellas to do it too because it's not
easy.
It's not
easy.
Being, what's the word? They're not taking advantage of your masculinity. It's not masculine to clean. It's just a human thing. Everybody should clean. Just clean your shit.
If you live in a house with someone or more, if you're, it needs to be equal. So you live with 3 adults, 3 ways.
Yeah.
You live with 2 adults, 2 ways. You live with 2 adults, 3 children. 2 adults are doing the majority of the work and they're raising their children together, showing the children how to learn to do it themselves.
Well, that's another big thing why a lot of people don't grow up knowing how to do things because I especially find with mothers, they baby their sons so much and they always go mummy's little boy, always be mum's little boy. So then they're just waiting for another woman to take over. But they'll also be mean to that woman as well.
Exactly, because they don't want to lose their child,
they don't want
their
to
baby.
Lose it. But then we've just got all these grown-ass bare minimum daddies and baby dicks that don't know how to do anything. But also a lot of mums do that. I don't know if it's a coasty thing. I'm only speaking from my experience. They don't teach their daughters either. My mum never made me put dishes away. She never made me wash my sheets. She'd clean my room till a certain age. I wasn't allowed to do my own hair. It was all her.
Oh, that's a control thing then.
Yeah, and I think because we were her life.
She wanted to be needed.
So she wanted to be needed so badly that she never taught me how to fend for myself. It's only when I started living with my old best friend, Sarah, she was like, you don't know how to stack a dishwasher. You're 17. And she's like, well, we're going to do laundry. And I'm like, I've never done it.
Yeah.
She was like, well, I'm going to teach you how to use a laundry. And then I learned pretty much everything
through her.
Because my mum babied me so much.
Well, it's a really, it's a dangerous thing to do because, you were lucky you had Sarah to teach you, but what if you didn't? What if you had a really mean housemate who gave you a really hard time for that?
I mean, she did pick on me a lot, so
Good.
it would make me do it.
That wasn't your fault.
No, that's what I said. I was like,
parenting.
my mum.
I mean, love you, Janie, love you.
Well,
but
it's not necessarily. It is.
Well,
she
was doing
wouldn't
it for
have seen it as bad. She was seeing it that she loves me so much and the boys so much. But little did she know that in the long run, it's actually not benefiting either of us. My youngest brother still doesn't know how to do shit all.
Yeah.
I don't know what my Bradley's like because I don't know. I think he'd be pretty good now because he lives with a girl. Again, lives with a girl.
Yes, she'd be doing the majority.
But I obviously can do it all. But I learnt through, I think Dad would always make us make our beds. He's like, that's your responsibility. But I was always told to go out in the garden. How weird is that?
Yeah, it is very weird.
It's very weird, but not
We need to
house
teach our
chores.
children how to do it and have pride in their work in that way. And that will only help them in the long run in the workplace, in the workforce, in dealing with other people, to have pride in your appearance, pride in, the room that you've just stepped out of.
Yes. All your kids should be learning. Make them do little chores.
Yeah, make it fun. I mean, the really weird things. Remember when you were a kid and you'd get a kitchen?
Yeah.
Or you get a pram? You get a baby?
So
weird. Give baby dolls to boys because I know for a fact boys love being little dads.
Yeah.
Love it, taking care of a baby. And if you're letting them have kitchens or, whatever,
little pots and pans.
It's just like our kitchen, mum and dad's kitchen, or mummy's, the two mummies or the two daddies or the,
Love it. Good talk. I'm pooped.
Yeah, you look pooped. I'm pooped too. That was a poopy.
That was a big poop. Bloody beautiful. All right, well, that's it for us for another week. So please head to Apple Podcasts and rate and review the show or wherever you get your podcast. You can listen, not get. You can get in touch with us directly by emailing the podcast at twogirls@novaentertainment.com.au or follow us on the Instagrams.
We are also on the Facebooks and we are also on the Twitters, just so you know. I run those accounts. I don't talk to anyone. I really don't talk to anyone on them, but, we're there.
We're reading it.
We are there.
And we will talk about it.
Yeah. I don't really run them. I just copy and paste. We love you. Have the day you deserve. We will be having the day we deserve. Who knows what that is?
Oh, who knows?
But we're going to be in your ear holes next Tuesday.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
Sorry.
Yeah, have a drink. Get it. Have a gurgle. A gargle even. A gurgle. Have a little gargle just to give it a little. Go on. Show us how you do it. Oh, beautiful gargling.
Thank you.